Most tree companies think that meta ads suck, but the reality is they're judging Facebook leads like they're judging Google leads, and that is a big mistake. What is
Arborist
going on?
Marketing Pros in the building. Grow mode active. Started with a saw and a half-dead phone. Dreams in the dirt, trying to get it on my own. Chopping them trees, but the leaves too slow. Had the work ethic, just needed to grow.
What is going on, and welcome back to another episode of the Branching Out Podcast. I'm your host, Justin Rademacher, and on this podcast, we talk about all things to help your tree service business grow. Today, we're going to be talking about, is meta advertising, Facebook and Instagram, is it worth your time? Is it a scam in 2026, or is it something of value? And so the reality is that a lot of the tree companies that I talk to, they think that meta ads suck. But the reality is that they're judging Facebook leads like they judge Google leads, and that's going to be a mistake. Reason for that is that Google leads are people that are actively searching for tree service right now. Meta leads, Facebook and Instagram, are usually interruption marketing, meaning that person was scrolling their feed and we just happened to show up in front of them and ask them for their contact information. So there's different psychologies at play here. There's different buyer intent, which means that you need to have a different follow-up strategy. So you can't treat these leads exactly the same, or you are going to have a bad experience. So let's talk about why tree service companies think that meta ads don't work. And here's some common complaints. They say the leads suck. They say nobody answers the phone. People are ghosting us. They weren't ready to buy. And they ultimately just say that Google leads are way better. And they're not wrong if they're expecting Meta to behave like Google. You see, most companies run meta ads. They get a web form submission. They wait 3 hours to call. There's no automation. There's no nurturing. There's no qualification. And then they blame the platform. It's kind of like throwing seeds on concrete and saying that farming doesn't work, right? You're just not using it properly. Now, the buyer intent is going to be different. So if you're familiar with the marketing funnel, at the bottom, you have people that are ready to pull the trigger. They are looking for your product or service, and they are ready to transact. You can think of them as having cash in hand. Those people are going to be on Google. They're searching for tree removal company near me, tree specialist near me, arborist near me. Like all of those search terms are going to be bottom of funnel because that person is ready to transact. Now, they are looking now, they have immediate intent, and they're looking for like emergency style search. The difference is that on Meta, it's more mid-funnel. So if you go back to the marketing funnel, Meta sits sort of in the middle where these people might be in market because Facebook is good about knowing who's actually in market for your services. But these are still people that are scrolling Facebook, they're watching reels, they're looking at memes, they're not actively shopping, and then boom, there's a before and after tree transformation storm cleanup video with a dangerous limb over the roof and a free estimate offer. You interrupted their attention. That means that you have lower intent initially and everything is more curiosity driven. So it requires nurturing. We have to put some like salesmanship on this. It requires speed and it requires a conversation. So why are companies still using meta leads? Well, meta leads ultimately can be found for significantly cheaper. We're finding about half price of what Google leads cost. But then you just have to make sure that your closing ratio stays the same. So let's talk, or similar enough anyway. Let's talk about why Meta can still be extremely powerful. It does have a lot cheaper cost per million, so CPMs. It has huge reach. There's a ton of audience. They're really good about hyper-local targeting nowadays, meaning I can target down to the areas that I really want to target. It's great for building awareness around your business. And then my favorite piece is the retargeting activity. So for example, I'm sure most of you that are listening to this podcast have probably, if not run across our ads on Facebook, you certainly have shopped for something in the past, whether it was shoes or clothes or whatever, and seemingly just talked about it with your friends. The next thing you know, it's on your Facebook feed. That's called retargeting. And you can absolutely do that pretty easily with Meta. So if anybody visits your website or they engage with your Facebook content, now you can show an ad to that specific individual. You hit them at the right time and you can convert them. So in a very real way, Meta retargeting does actually impact your cost per lead on other channels like Google that you're running. Because follow me here, if you paid Google for the click to get them to your website, right? Now they're landing on your website, but they don't actually convert. They don't call you. They just sort of check out some of your pictures. Now, 2 days later, that person's scrolling through Facebook and now they see your ad again, right? They see your Facebook ad because Facebook says, okay, I saw this person on the website, and we show them an ad and they actually do submit on Facebook. Technically, like, it's a Facebook lead, but it's somebody that came in originally to your ecosystem by way of Google. And so that's what's so powerful about retargeting, is that we can really get a second chance with these customers that we missed the first time. And so tree companies, we're in a great industry for social media advertising and marketing, because what we do is very visual. It's very easy to see a before and after of a nice cleaned up oak tree. It's very easy to see a removal of a dangerous tree or something that's laying on a house. It's very satisfying to watch that process. And so we're kind of in this really good spot to have good quality content that performs extremely well on social media platforms such as Facebook and Instagram. So let's talk about the real problem, which I think is the elephant in the room. It's going to be follow-up. This is the money section. Most businesses that we've come across follow up with leads like it's 2014. So for example, your customer submits a form on Meta. The office might wait till the next morning and call. There's no answer. The lead dies. There's no text message. There's no second follow-up. And instead, what you would want to do is, as soon as that lead comes in, we send them out an instant text message that tries to strike up an AI-driven conversation with that individual. And the reason for that is that we want to start warming up the prospect. We want to, as soon as they submit that lead on Facebook, boom, we send them a text message. A, we now know if that's a real phone number or if they just gave a fake phone number, so we can qualify the lead that way. B, we can say, hey, just to confirm, are you looking for a trimming or removal? And they'll give us the information. So by the time the office staff actually gets the lead, they have a lot more context to work with, and the customer's already been in communication. You can take that a step further. We also have an integration directly with Google Calendar where we can go ahead and just use AI to book the estimate on the calendar. So you wake up and you have estimates booked based on your availability and your schedule. All that is totally possible using AI and some very simple platforms for relatively inexpensive. Like, it's pretty cheap to do so. The idea here is that we're giving multiple touch points to this Facebook lead. So in a very real way, we are warming it up and massaging that lead to get it to the level of what a Google lead would be. So the other benefit to using something like AI to filter out leads is that it finds fake and bad leads. It improves your contact rate. It reduces the strain on your office staff, because anybody that's worked with a salesperson before knows that whenever a lead source becomes challenging, I no longer work that lead source as hard. And so if you've got sales staff that sees a Facebook lead come in, they might not give it that same level of oomph and care that they would a Google lead, because they think that that's a better quality lead. So you can actually warm up those leads, improve the quality of the channel overall. You can't treat cold traffic like hot traffic. This has to be part of your lead nurture sequence, or else, yes, the Facebook leads are going to suck. I want to talk about how, again, Meta works best with Google, not instead of Google. And this is important because we don't look at Meta as replacing Google. We look at it as expanding demand. So Google is capturing existing demand. There are people that are already searching for our products and services, and Google puts your brand where you want to be. Meta helps create more demand. So in a very real way, Google's going to find people that are already looking, and Meta keeps that pipeline full, and then retargeting is going to follow those visitors to help bring down your overall customer acquisition cost on Google. So as long as you have AI nurturing that colder traffic. So let's set some realistic expectations, because by no means is this episode supposed to be, hey, everybody go out and start some Meta advertising. Google is absolutely going to be higher intent, but they are going to be more expensive, and you're going to have a lower volume ceiling sometimes. I always say this to clients, I can't make people go to Google and search for tree work. If the demand is not there, the demand is not there. And that's when pivoting to additional channels like Meta can build more brand awareness and more desire, because there's a subset of the market that is ready to go. They're ready to purchase right now, and that's where Google comes in. But there's also a subset of the market that they just had their Memorial Day cookout, and they were kind of embarrassed by how out of shape their oak was or whatever tree was. and they kind of thought in the back of their mind, man, it'd be nice to clean that up eventually. And then boom, you happen to come across their social media feed. You can then sort of use salesmanship to get that person to transact with you. And so if your sales process sucks, then Meta is going to expose that 100%. In short, Meta ads are not a scam, but they are a different game. If your expectation is that somebody's going to be scrolling cat videos and they're going to start behaving exactly like somebody that's searching for emergency tree removal near me, you're going to be disappointed. But if you build the right follow-up systems, AI qualification, nurturing, and speed to lead processes, Meta can become an absolute weapon for tree service companies. Now, if you want to see how we're using AI qualification, follow-up automation, Google Ads, search engine optimization, and Meta together in one ecosystem to help tree service companies grow, then head over to Arborist Marketing Pros and book a strategy session. We'll basically give you a roadmap of exactly what you need to do to hit your revenue goals over the next 6 to 12 months. If you have any questions, reach out. Otherwise, thank you for tuning into this episode. I hope it was valuable. All right, bye.
Arborist Marketing Pros in the building. Grow mode active. Started with a saw and a half dead phone. Dreams in the dirt, trying to get it on my own. Chopping